During the harvest season, there is a chance to go to the west, sitting on a boat along the canal through the long Suyan quadrangle. The aroma of new rice, the smell of straw, the faint flavor of the countryside makes people's hearts irresistible. But perhaps what holds back the city dwellers is the aroma of the specialty dish, grilled lemongrass and turmeric field mice, that the gardeners treat. And then makes them nostalgic for a long time ago, going through the fields to catch mice. Hearing that, surely those who have not enjoyed mouse meat are a bit hesitant and shiver, especially city dwellers. However, going to catch mice, just hearing about it gives me goosebumps. But for me, the days of following the farmers to catch field mice are beautiful memories, forever in my memories throughout my life. Later, every time I tell my children and grandchildren, they are amazed and admire the rat killer. In those days, people went to catch field mice not to sell but to kill them, because they are rodents with a fast reproduction rate. Enemies of the fields, destroying crops. Every time the rice came to bloom, or during the harvest season, farmers prepared their tools to catch field mice. A hoe, a bucket, a bamboo basket, a bare head wrapped in a scarf to protect against the sun and wind. Following the mouse catcher was a loyal, wobble dog when it discovered an opponent. The dog's smart nose sniffed wherever there were mice. Although we said we were going to catch mice, I, the brave warrior, had not caught any yet. My presence contributed to guarding the cave entrance, shouting when I saw any mice trying to escape. I still remember clearly the big feet of the rat catcher stomping on the grass to chase the rats away, while his hands skillfully grabbed the prey, and each time he caught a rat, he would spin it around a few times and then hit its head nicely. The rat catcher's ability to judge the shelter of the little sister was quite amazing wherever there were burrows and rats. He was sure to hit the target. When encountering deep burrows with winding paths, where rats stubbornly clung to them, he dug a burrow, filled it with water, placed a bamboo basket right at the mouth of the burrow, and waited for the water to flood. When the rats suffocated, they ran out. And just like that, he not only caught one rat but also a plump pair. Sometimes he caught a whole house of rats of 5 or 7. Oh my, looking at the sharp eyes of the rats hiding furtively in the straw. Thinking back, I was a bit scared, especially when digging a burrow and seeing a nest of baby rats with red eyes that hadn't opened, crawling around, squeaking, scaring us to death. So, the sun and wind did not stop us from cheering, falling on the straw to catch mice. Sometimes our clothes were covered in dirt, our faces were covered in mud. An innocent, carefree childhood that is rare for urban children to have. The children followed the group to catch field mice because they loved the stories. The humor of the mouse made the story more adventurous, and there were also long nursery rhymes that I knew by heart. What I liked most was that everyone generously gave us the spoils of war to bring home so we could have more dishes of field mice stir-fried with lemongrass and chili, braised with coconut water or grilled with fermented bean curd. It was delicious. I remember the days when I followed the group to catch mice in the high fields, when it was harvest season. The few kilos brought back were fat, round field mice with exposed bellies, then gutted, beheaded, skinned and cleaned to distribute to each house. Back then, although poor, the field mouse dish was not commercialized like it is now. Until today, every time I smell the smell of grilled lemongrass meat, I think of and miss the smell of grilled field mice in the West. Every time I think back, I miss the West even more. Because in those days, mice were destroying crops, the children's team in the commune had a movement to submit plans as small as mouse tails. Whoever submitted the most tails was awarded the title of Brave Warrior. And I was often rewarded with dried mouse tails submitted, and every week I was set as an example in front of the class. On the last day of the year, returning to the Long Suyen quadrangle, looking at the majestic the mountain, the heavy rice fields, the immense smell of burning smoke. Oh, my heart again arose with nostalgia for Mr. Mouse. I missed the days of standing in the sun to catch field mice. The countryside and the soul of the countryside still reside in me, so that the memory will forever remain of the image of the honest, simple farmer, laughing loudly in the sun and wind of the days of wandering around catching field mice in the sun and wind. Normally, when it comes to rat meat, many people will probably think more of the West. When the rice fields are golden yellow in the whole area, it is also the time when people in the West hunt for field rats. They will surround their rice fields, cut all the ripe rice and bring it home. At this time, the rats will lose their place to hide, run around and get caught in the surrounding nets, and people will catch them easily. Or they can set traps in front of the rat holes on the banks of the fields. The field rats this season are fat, with firm meat due to eating rice on people's fields. After catching them, people quickly roll up the dry straw and roast them on the spot. This is the secret that people in the West use to keep the rat meat most delicious after hunting. Field rat meat is a specialty of the people in the West. This is also one of the ingredients used to make many delicious dishes that impress diners. With this type of meat, the people of the West make unique dishes including grilled rat meat mixed with mango, crispy fried rat, grilled rat in a clay pot, stewed rat or stir-fried rat with Vietnamese coriander. If you visit the West, besides exploring the beautiful scenery, don't forget to enjoy the unique dishes made from rat meat here. Strange dishes, unique processing and wonderful flavors will definitely bring many interesting things to your trip. With grilled field rat meat, the rat meat will be cleaned and then grilled on a charcoal stove to create a fragrant aroma. This grilled field rat meat dish is served with a little sour chopped mango dipped in a bowl of spicy salt and pepper. Fresh, fatty, firm rat meat is fragrant combined with a little sourness of mango, spicy pepper, chili and rich saltiness of salt, making diners fall in love at first taste. And that's why this rustic dish has become a specialty that any tourist coming to this land wants to enjoy once.